My name is Katie Reynolds, and my life as a magazine editor in the tourist hub of Cape Town has shielded me from the truth about the so-called wildlife conservation industry. When the producer of this show asked me to be involved in the documentary, I had no idea the depth of what I would find. This documentary will showcase the incredible work of responsible volunteer programs, as well as reveal the truth beneath the facade of conservation. It's now 5 o'clock in the morning. We're on the back of Taryn's vehicle and we're trying to catch up with Axel, who is the protected species monitor, and the rest of the volunteers. We're going to go have a look at the wild dogs in their dens and then look at the camera traps. And I have a feeling it's going to be a special day. Later we're going to go track rhinos, so it's going to be awesome.
The more height you get, the better. And then I'll just do a 360 turn around us. So do all the way around. You can hear signal there.
Yeah, I can hear it.
That's your back signal now.
There's more beeps.
Probably one of the most memorable things is seeing the dogs for the first time.
Yeah.
That was absolutely incredible. That was Merlot, the one with the collar around his neck, and in front of him was Pinot, the dominant male. It was really cool.
We're on the back of the Game Drive vehicle with Esther and Josh, the volunteers. Josh, what's been your favorite experience so far?
Probably the anti-poaching trip that I went on. There had been a report that a rhino was killed.
Yeah.
And so we went up in a microlight. I went with the APU guy, and you could see how big this place actually is. You could see the animals from the air. It's absolutely beautiful.
Wow. Volunteers travel thousands of miles to work with animals and give back to these communities, but many come to Africa with unrealistic expectations and a false sense of what true conservation is about.
I think you hear stories about certain ones that haven't got a good reputation, so you do worry, I think, but as long as you do your research and you make sure that you've picked a reputable company, then like this one is very good. It's not too hands-on in the sense that the animals are being sacrificed for volunteers.
So Steve, how do you use the quad for conservation efforts?
We use it to monitor our black rhinos out on a daily basis, to physically track them. When we find them, we spend time with them, monitor their health, take a GPS reading, and then over time we'll build up a data set of their movements in the territories, as well as looking for suspicious activity when we do find them, making sure there's no poaching activity, snares, traps.
This is going to be amazing. My heart's beating already.
I travelled South Africa from top to bottom to find programs with excellent reputations and that offer authentic volunteer programs. With so many places to choose from and more than a few dodgy operators, it's important for volunteers to make an informed choice. Along the way, I'm going to meet the colourful characters and passionate activists that are doing all they can to fight back against the poaching and greed that afflicts wildlife the world over.
So, yeah, I'm really happy to stay here.
That's great.
But at the end of the day, most volunteers, love to do it because they're doing it for conservation.
I also tackle the topic of canned hunting and irresponsible breeding of predators. I talk to the major players that are fighting back against this booming industry.
The big thing is the responsibility for this industry can be put only in front of the door of a dysfunctional conservation department. because they have the mandate and they have the right to refuse these permits. But I think with this whole corrupt government that we have, you know, it's a matter of what makes money and who gets money.
Exactly. And reveal one of the worst cases of breeding for profit that I've ever witnessed.
I mean, if you look at the lion trade, where people are taking cubs and using them as an attraction, charging people to pet them, those lions become a human imprint, and they can never go back into the wild. And they basically then can only go to one place, and that's to canned hunting. Once they become too old or too big to pet, too dangerous to pet, there's only one road for them, and that's canned hunting.
It's a tough story to tell. And even tougher to watch.
You know, and the breeding of lions in captivity most certainly has not been protecting lions in the wild.
This is Volunteering for Wildlife.